One of the things that
There's a lot of interest in the people coming from space, you know.
Yes.
And I know you're interested in that.
Oh, I'm very interested in that. How much did they tell you about that?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they tell you? How much can you tell?
So
How's that work? Is it like super
I think
top
I
secret?
can tell, you know.
Tell
think,
me.
Well, based on Hunter Biden, I can say whatever the hell.
Yeah.
こんにちは、キングダムマインドのヒロです。今日は趣向が変わったちょっと面白い動画を撮ります。11月5日に大統領選の開票を目前に控えたトランプ大統領、人気のジョー・ローガンポッドキャストでなんとエイリアン UFO 発言、宇宙人のことを口にしました。さらになんと今渦中のディディ、パフダディとの関係に関しても少しお話しします。そしてもう一つ、政権参画が予想されているイーロン・マスク氏のニューラリンクという会社、この正体はいかに。ゲマトリアで大変興味深い数字が出てきてしまいました。今日はこのような時事ネタでお送りしてまいりたいと思います。皆さんの意見や考えをぜひコメントでお知らせください。まずはトランプ氏の UFO エイリアン発言、これには私は非常に大きな意味を感じております。この発言は単なる一過性のものではなく、深い意味が隠されていると確信します。私はこのジョー・ローガンとの対談は完全なるセットアップと見ています。奥の深いセットアップです。個人的には全く興味がないと語りながら話題を自ら引っ張り出すトランプ氏。数年後、実はこれは大事だったなどという形で寝返るのではないかと予想がつきます。UFO ネタなんていうとね、本当に昔はとんでも話だったんですけれども、今はアメリカの議会でも大ごとになっています。私はこのようなトランプ氏の発言というのは、一般市民の心理状態というものをあらかじめ計算に入れてしていると思います。トランプ氏本人の関心のギャップが大きくなれば大きくなるほど、一般市民に与える影響というのは大きくなります。これは単なるヨタ話とはわけが違います。どうぞ。
One of the things that
There's a lot of interest in the people coming from space, you know.
Yes.
And I know you're interested in that.
Oh, I'm very interested in that. How much did they tell you about that?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they tell you? How much can you tell?
So
How's that work? Is it like super
I think
top
I
secret?
can tell, you know.
Tell
I think,
me.
well, based on Hunter Biden, I can say whatever the hell I
Yes.
want, right? But no.
JFK の流れから自分でエイリアンに話を振ってます。話を盛り上げるためには理解できます。
But I interviewed a few people. It's never been my thing, I have to be honest. I have never been a believer. I have people that Area 51 or whatever it is, I think it's the number one tourist attraction in the whole country or something. Area 51 in Las Vegas. Do you know?
エリア51を知らない？ありえない話です。しかもトランプは宇宙軍を創設した人間です。さすがに地上での展開は念頭に宇宙軍を創設したとしても、エリア51をスキップすることはできないと思います。彼は単なる観光名所と考えています。
That, right?
Sure, I know what it is.
So anyway, but it's a big tourist thing. So I interviewed jet pilots that say they saw something. If you saw them, you'd love to have them as your
I've had a
son.
couple in here. Commander David Fravor.
Yeah.
I had him in, who had that sighting in 2004. Very, very compelling with video evidence, radar evidence. Ryan Graves.
I don't believe his name, but I interviewed jet pilots that were solid people. Perfect. I mean, great pilots, great everything. And they said, we saw things, sir, that were very strange. Like a round ball, but it wasn't a comet or a meteor. It was something. And it was going 4 times faster than an F-22, which is a very fast plane, you know. And it was round, which is, in theory, a great shape.
So when you were talking to these people, was this something that you were compelled to have conversations about? Was this your personal interest?
No, a little bit. It's not a great interest for me, but it's a little interest. I get that question as much as almost any question. Do you think that we have aliens coming, you know, flying around or whatever?
What do you think?
There's no reason not to. I mean, there's no reason not to think that Mars and all these planets don't have life, you know, because
Mars, we've had probes there and rovers, and I don't think there's any life there.
Well, maybe it's life that we don't know, but maybe
there was life there at one point in time. This is the speculation about Mars, that Mars had an atmosphere at one point in time, a long time ago, that could support life. It also had large bodies of water, but we've had no evidence of even bacterial life that exists on Mars. But the
It's
universe
not
is
been a
pretty
big
vast.
thing for me.
火星や宇宙の話になります。トランプ氏は興味なしを繰り返します。ジョー・ローガン氏も推測に過ぎないと言いながらも火星の生命体に関して話を展開します。私は火星はプラズマだと思います。宇宙や星々というのは非常に魅力的な話なんですけれども、そこには大きな意図と含みがあると私は思います。
I mean, when I looked at what China did to this, they would have never done it with me, where they put the balloon up, and a lot of people thought for a little while that was one of these things. So,
well, that's a lot of the speculation too. That some of these drones that hover over battleships, that these are Chinese drones, and that they're not UFOs.
They could be also.
There's some super sophisticated.
But I did interview, let's say, 3 or 4 guys that, and without tremendous interest, if you had them, as I said. You'd love to have them as your children. Solid, beautiful people. They said, "Sir, there's something there." You know,
there's something there.
Said it, yeah.
Yeah, I've talked to quite a few of
them.
them.
They're not conspiracy guys.
Well, I mean, just the Commander David Fravor thing in 2004 off the coast of San Diego, they clocked that thing going from 50,000 feet above sea level to 50 in a second.
Yeah.
They don't know what it is.
That's tough to beat.
Yeah, they saw something in the water. It was hovering over that something that was making a disturbance in the water. They got video evidence of this thing. 2 different fighter jets with pilots in them saw it. There's, visual evidence, photographic evidence, video evidence, radar evidence. Whatever the hell it is, it moves in a way that would turn a human being into jello if they're inside of it. The G-force, no one would survive.
UFO の飛び方というのはこの3次元物理の法則を超越しています。もし中に生命体が乗っているとしたら、それは量子化されたボディでなければ G についていくことができません。必ず体が崩壊します。体はこの動きにはとても耐えることができません。
Oh,
so like, what is that? And it doesn't have a heat signature. They don't know what their propulsion system was. But
when you fly in some of these jets, these pilots have to be in great shape.
Oh, yeah. I flew with the Blue Angels once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to fly. I guess it's an FA-18.
And those are older machines.
And they're crazy.
When you fly in some of these things,
oh my God.
It's amazing. Yeah, but
I can imagine.
You got to be special.
また、今話題のディディ、パブダディとの関係の面白い動画も出てまいりました。
Working for Diddy.
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
He expects.
Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that
Oh,
question.
wow. I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
ここは今後追求されることがあるんでしょうか。さらにはイーロン・マスク氏のニューラリンクです。なんとゲマトリアは666。こちらの動画をご覧ください。
plus 50 plus 20 equals 666. Neuralink adds up to 666. So if some guy comes along one day and says, "Hey, can I implant a microchip in the top of your brain?" Just remember that some guy made a video in the past and added it up for you, and it equals 666. That's what Neuralink equals. 666.
666というのは週末に際して世界が大混乱に陥った時にその問題を解決すべく出てくる偽ヒーローの数字です。そしてさらに週末の決済システムを表す数字でもあるんです。いかがだったでしょうか。今日は示唆的な動画に仕上げさせていただきました。皆さんのインスピレーション、コメント、考えをぜひお聞かせいただけたらと思います。今日も動画をご覧になっていただき誠にありがとうございます。